So now we are talking about God. When I go, people used to ask me, where did God come from? So I want to let you know that God comes from everlasting to no everlasting. So this is part 2 of where God comes from. Part 2 of where God comes from. God was himself from everlasting to everlasting, which means God was there from no beginning to no end. It has no beginning. God has no beginning and God has no end. The sun, the air, this ground, water, God, have no beginning. The air, the ground, water, God, darkness have no beginning. They were there from no beginning and they will be there to no end. God did not reveal his secrets to anyone. So some people say that God come from Messiah. It is lie. God created things. Everything that God creates are the tree, the sun, the moon. They are the world. When the Bible said that God, the world will come to an end, it means me and you and everything will die. But God himself, darkness, air, and this ground, and the water will never die. They remain and remain forever. And they were there right from no beginning. So people should not deceive themselves saying that God comes from here. God was himself, he did not reveal his secrets. So that is what I want to let you know. That God is from no beginning and God will be to no end. So I told you that God was there, this ground was there, this ground we are marching was there, the air was there, water was there, darkness was there. And God himself was there. Until one day God said, let me work for it, and God said, darkness, give chance. And God created the light and the moon. And God said the water should dry. And water dried, the ground appeared. This is how the world starts. But God was there. God was living in darkness. Before that time, he was living in darkness until the day he said, let me make light. So that is what I want to let you know, that God has no beginning and God has no end. This ground has no beginning and this ground has no end. The air has no beginning, the air has no end. Darkness has no beginning, darkness has no end. Water has no beginning and water has no end. But God is like air. Because you know that there is God exists, but you cannot see him. So air, you feel the air now. Is air not blowing you? You are feeling the air, but can you catch the air? You cannot, and you cannot see the air. You cannot catch the air. It is so God big. So if you want to somebody want to even talk, say where you going to come from, you can see that God and the air they are the same. God and air. You see? So that is what I want to let you know. That God is like air. You cannot see the air, you cannot catch God. You cannot see the air, you cannot catch the air. So record it.